Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Nikola's vlog. And what we're doing with Nikola is in a lot of ways very similar to what I'm doing at the moment. He has 4 exercises that we do. Pretty much we take them to 1 rep in reserve, of course, on his deadlifts this week, as people saw from the reels. He took that pretty crazy. He did 250 kilograms for 10 reps on that. But what I'm doing, I have him do an upper lower right now, and then we do these. I prescribe the weight, and I tell him take them to 1 rep in reserve. We video it, we track it, we keep up with what he's doing on those, and then he does supplemental work. So we are doing on the 2 upper days, we do a flat bench one of them, and I have him doing floor press on the other. Okay, and I may swap that over to incline if I need to, or a second bench day, depending on how he's doing on recovery. And then for the 2 lower days, we are doing back squat one day, and then we do conventional deadlift on the other. So for our supplemental work here, because on the bench he got 5 reps with 150 kilograms, and then of course on the floor press later in the week we got 7 reps with the same weight. So I have him do bench pressing afterwards for right around sets of 10. I want him to pause all the reps. I want everything to be clean. I want it to be pretty. So again, we get the full carryover that we want. Same thing on incline. So I have him, after he flat benches, he does incline work, right? And after the incline work, we pretty much just do back work and then arm work. So what I'm having him do on the incline, I'm letting him superset these to, again, get him in better shape, get his GPP up. So we do incline benching, and then we're doing seal rows at the moment. And right now I'm having him do a lot of chest supported stuff. I've got him doing banded good mornings at home every day. I want him doing banded good mornings just for his low back, because we don't have a reverse hyper, and the workloads we subject his low back to is very high. But because we do the reps on the deadlifts and then I have him push good mornings as a staple exercise, we don't have a lot of low back recovery left. So any sort of back movement that is going to put fatigue on his lumbar, even isometrically, I just feel like we don't have the recovery for this particular lifter to deal with. Keeping in mind the context of look how strong he is at good mornings, look how strong he is on rep work on deadlifts, right? We cannot afford to subject his low back to any more stress other than things that help with recovery and restoration in some way, which is just banded good morning, since he doesn't have access to a reverse hyperextension. So what we're doing here, after we do the incline and the seal rows, I'm having him do dumbbell tricep extensions, laying dumbbell extensions. And then we're supersetting it with hammer curls. I think you guys can see here his triceps are actually pretty big, right? Some of his proportions, it's a little hard to tell, and I think what people need for context, if you want scale, so that again you understand the limb lengths and everything involved, he's around 6'3", I believe, and 265 pounds. And so competing in the 275, I'm wanting to bulk him up, right? Because he is under the top end for his weight class, and that's without even water cutting. Like that's not no water cutting involved. He can get away with gaining 8-9 pounds, which is at least 4 kilos, like 4 kilograms of body weight. He can afford to gain that and not do any water cuts at all and just walk into his weight class. Our other option would be very, very tough water cuts, which I don't want him to do. Keeping in mind, he does not do 24-hour weigh-ins. Okay. Again, he competes in drug-tested events, so the weigh-ins are the same day as the competition. In that case, we just don't have wiggle room like that. At this point, I would rather him just continue to gain muscle and fill out into the top of the class, and he's got the frame to do it. All right, and then for our squats, we ended up doing, I think, 4 reps here with 200 kilos, 200 kg. Again, nice, deep ass to grass squats. This is how he squats. Right now, I'm not even worried about changing his squat style to try to deal with a power squat. He's got a decent squat. We can continue to get it better. And so in that case, I'm not really worried about it. It's not really a big deal to me for now. We're just going to get his legs thicker, right? Keep getting him bigger, and it'll be fine. Again, he's been squatting with this style long enough that I don't want to mess it up right now. We can just go with the flow on it. And if I need to get him out wider, I got to take him back to box squats. We have a lot of base building to do there. But again, I'm not that worried. He's still going to have a respectable squat in competition anyway. We break it down. He really excels at the deadlift. And then the bench is quite good for him. All right, bench is quite good. Like, we're wanting to get him to a 200 kilogram bench press in that weight class. That's one of the goals we've set. And, considering, again, drug tested, that's a different beast. A lot of times people will see these really big benches in the untested feds and not realize how big the disparity is there. And in his weight class in a drug tested meet, even at a very, very high level, that would be a competitive bench. So people need a context for that. So what we do for supplemental work for this, we do good mornings, which you guys can see he pushes some pretty big weight on those. But again, considering the guy can deadlift probably 700 plus pounds at this point, we would expect to see strong good mornings. Then we do leg presses. We do leg curls. I really want him strong enough on the glute ham raise. He still struggles with it, but I feel like over time that's really what I want him doing. I think it will be the best thing for his deadlift, for his low back health. Again, dealing with his hamstring weakness. His hamstring's holding back potentially on the deadlift, which sounds crazy because he has a very elite deadlift. But we all have a weak link. Right? We all have a weak link. If not, we would all lift 1,000,000 pounds. We have something holding us back. In this case, it's most likely his hamstrings. And then, of course, he does some toe to bars to build his abs. And then you'll see the week is pretty much the same for the rest of the training. We do the same exercises for the supplemental work. We just rotate the primary exercise, in this case floor press, which he turned out stronger than on his flat bench this week. And then the deadlift, which is just crazy. I'm not going to talk through it. I'm just going to let you guys watch it. Just the absurd amount of strength he displays there. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.